What's up, guys? I'm Lee Morris. This is David Strauss. And last week we released a natural light portrait critique community. Patrick and Danny Diamond did it, right?
Yep.
But we got so many submissions. How many did we get?
Over 350, I think.
Unbelievable. That we decided we will pick another 20, and you and I will go through it just to give people a little bit more of a chance to get their images on the critique community. We'll jump right into this, and we'll explain how the rating system works as we go. Here's the first shot.
All right. Okay, ready.
3, 2, 1. Two stars. 2 stars means it needs work before it hits your portfolio. And this is one of these weird shots where it's kind of like a travel picture. And so if you were shooting for National Geographic and there was some story behind this girl, then certainly it would be a totally acceptable image.
Sure.
But if there's no story and this is just on your website to show what you're capable of doing, it just seems like you could have gotten a better shot within this same shoot that would work better.
Or a couple of things you think might change.
I think the lighting on her is nice. It's just her facial expression looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't want to be photographed. The fact that there's people behind her. It's just the location's not very good. There's like some plastic blue thing on the left. It's just not.
I think there's a little too much headspace too. That's distracted me, and maybe to the side too.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Next up. On the fence with this one. 3, 2, 1.
3.
I gave it a 2. I'm definitely on the fence. I almost gave it a 3. The processing I really like. I'm not a big fan of the crop.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that you chopped the top of her head, but then left so much of her torso.
Body. Yeah.
If I zoom in more and then scroll down, I don't mind cropping people's heads at all. I've cropped it like this now. That feels a lot better to me.
Yeah.
I love what people are doing these days with black and white and people with freckles and like bringing out the freckles. I don't know what they're doing to do that, but like it looks awesome. In this shot in particular, though, it looks like they did the effect to the face and then not to her neck or chest. So it doesn't feel real anymore. It feels like, they just did like super sharpening and contrast on the eyes and mouth, and then it just kind of goes gray to her neck and
I love the soft light fall off on her face. She's positioned well. I think the expression is also very engaging for this shot. I think the crop could use some work.
3, 2, 1. Really?
See, I went 2. You went
Really,
3.
really,
we
really?
swapped.
Yeah,
I think
how?
for me, this shot it's just a little too. I know it looks like you used a reflector, natural light, or some other white light is bouncing off and filling up her face. But the highlights in this image just are too distracting for me to fill in. I think.
The background?
Yeah, the background. I think the lighting all across her hair and back. If you had waited, I don't know, another hour or two. This looks like mid-afternoon. Very, very strong, harsh lighting, and I think that distracts me too much to really focus in on her face. The lighting on her face is gorgeous.
Yeah,
that's really pretty, but everything else around it is too distracting for me to be able to focus in on that.
I have to disagree with you. I don't feel like that at all. I love this shot, and like I was very close to giving it a 4-star. Maybe it's a little overexposed. And honestly, if you shot raw, you could probably just pull those highlights back enough. Potentially, the biggest issue that I have might be that the top of her hair is like so blown out that it's sometimes hard to even see where her hair ends.
Yeah.
But man, the pose is so cool. The expression on her face is awesome. Like it's just saying so much to me, so much more than the last shot. The last shot you said you thought was really engaging.
I thought that's engaging, yeah.
This shot's engaging on another level
really?
To
You
me.
think so?
Oh man, her looking out the corner of her eye at you like that, and then just the smallest hint of a smile, like barely anything there, but like
I do love that. It's
and then to get the hand in there as well. I think this is done so well. I felt bad giving it a 3 star, so you should feel ashamed.
If this was put in any other background with a little bit less highlight on her hair blown out, I would easily give this a 4.
Okay.
That pole and green
I agree. That
trash can, whatever, I don't know what that is, painted wall, porta potty, like that, just those things are really what take me out of it.
Okay. Next up.
I'm torn on this one.
Yeah, me too.
You go harsh, I'll go nice.
3, 2, 1. I went 2.
All right, 2.5.
This was hard for me to give a 2 because I feel like this photographer is great, and the post-processing, I love the color toning here. I think it looks great. I just don't really like the model, her pose, and the weird table taking up a huge portion of the picture. It just feels like it could have done a lot better. And I think with her body type, she probably should be twisted sideways.
Yes, I think that's
and
very
then
true.
Leaning forward on her, like she feels so wide right now.
Yeah.
She's taking up the whole frame, and then we have all this dead space on the bottom that's not needed. If you make her sideways, make her half the width, make her lean on that right elbow, and then lean forward, zoom in more because now you don't have as much width.
Yeah.
Lose the table, then all of a sudden it becomes a 3 or 4 star.
I believe in general too, it's a good rule to avoid right angles, harsh right angles, and this is like the definition of right angles, like her shoulders going down straight into her elbows, straight. I mean, it's good leading lines, but the angle of it, I think that's kind of a photographic rule that it's oblique angles are better than right.
Next up.
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Really?
2, 3. We're swapping. I was going meaner.
We are not in sync today.
I was going meaner. You see what you think this pose and body type is better than the last one?
By far, like.
See, I think it's about equivalent.
Really?
Because to me, like her head is at such a forced angle.
Oh, this feels so relaxed to me.
Really? I think her face is just a little too far, and her hand. To me, my eyes go straight to her, like
to her
wrap
what?
around to her chest.
What?
To her chest.
David Strauss.
Cleavage. That's exactly what you're leading with the hand and stuff, like straight to her chest.
Maybe that's the intent.
That angle. And maybe if you're going for a little seductive vibe, that's good. I think there's no definition. It's just kind of her head is above her body, and there's no attachment to the body. To me, like there's no sense of connectedness with those angles.
Huh. Okay. I really like this image.
Focus on the armpit.
Come on, you can't see the armpit. I really considered giving this a 4 star. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and you gave it a 2. I think the lighting's beautiful. I think the color's beautiful. I don't feel like she doesn't feel like she's straining to me at all. She looks very relaxed.
I wish I had a little more sense of her body. I just think so much is lost. You see her face, her bosom, and her arm. You don't see anything about the rest of her body shape. If the camera was just, if you could see her legs, see her side in the background, if you shifted her just a little bit of an angle to the camera, that way I think her face wouldn't be so, to me at least, it looks so forced backwards, like straining to look at the photographer. I think that would easily push this into a 3 for me.
Agree to disagree.
All right.
This guy looks like a character.
But I love the processing on the shot.
Are you ready?
I'm going nice.
3, 2, 1. 4 stars. Wow. So I love the location. I think the lighting's great. I don't know what's going on with this dude's
hair.
Get up. Yeah, he's like half homeless, half super wealthy. at the same time. But the reason why I didn't give it a 4, his facial expression is like totally dead. Like,
Do you think that's dead? I was
dude,
actually
look at
just
his
gonna
eyes.
say he's.
He is like one eye is kind of looking
Yeah,
down and the
okay,
other
we
one's
can
looking
zoom
up.
in.
Like he is not looking at the camera. He is not. He is thinking about like, I wonder what I'm gonna have
See,
for dinner.
I found a little interest in his facial
Oh,
expression.
I don't
so,
see it.
Just a little bit.
Show me where that interest is. It just feels like, I mean, if he's gonna look like towards the camera but past the camera, I almost think he shouldn't look towards the camera at all.
Yeah.
Get him to like look down at his hands or out towards the right of the frame, and I'd probably give it a 4-star.
I don't mind the expression as much. I love the processing and the lighting and location. Like this gorgeous colors. That's what sends it to a 4 in my book. The only things that distract my eye are actually up here on the top with those little leaves hanging down. That's a little distracting, and the big clump of vines along the banister he's leaning against. Those distract me a little bit. Otherwise, yeah, I think this is a 4 for me.
Next up. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Dude,
Rough.
this is the craziest critique the community ever. Like usually when it's me and Patrick,
Dead on
90% of
each
the time we're right on the money. Or if we're off, we can convince the other person.
I think this genre, natural light portraits, is just so wide that it's hard to fit something specific. What would you put on your website? What would you not? The idea behind each photograph it's harder to nail down, and maybe it's too broad of a genre to ask for. But for this picture, the only reason I rated it 2 is I feel like what you're going for with the shoot through and the light. To me, it falls on the background so much more than her, and it's kind of just distracting to me. You like it though?
I do. The pose is so cool. I love her facial expression. Here's my biggest issue. I don't like the direction of the light on her face, and if she would have just lifted her chin just a little bit, like if you look at those bags under her eyes, or if you look at like how hard or long the shadow under her nose is, it's just not that flattering, and that could be fixed so easily by just raising the chin up 2 inches, and then all of a sudden it's a totally different shot.
The pose is pretty stellar.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's so good. Like, I would never be able to pose someone like this. Like, only they would be able to get themselves into such a natural looking pose. But for that reason, I give it a 3. If she moved her nose a little bit, we changed the angle of the light on her face, I give it a 4. And I don't know, the light on the background looks cool to me. Doesn't bother me at all.
Okay. All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
2.
2 stars, we agree. Just needs work. I don't think there's much to this image. I don't know what can be said. It's just not really a portfolio shot to me.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of negative space that doesn't need to be there. There's a lot of other distracting elements besides her that don't need to be there.
Like, think about what's the goal here? Why did you take this image? And to be clear, I have a billion shots like this. Like when I first got into photography, I took my girlfriend to buildings like this, and I would take shots like this all the time. But what's the goal? Who do you want to hire you? Who do you want to see this shot and them to go, yeah, I want that. I want to pay somebody for that. And I can't think of anyone. Like a corporate company's not going to pay for this. An individual certainly isn't going to pay for this. Somebody who needs a headshot's not going to pay for this. Somebody who wants a family portrait's not going to pay for this. It feels like you're getting into photography and you're shooting your girlfriend, or you found a model on Model Mayhem and you went to some building or whatever. Next up. Three, two, one. 1, I give it a 2.
I think this could have been taken with a cell phone. There's not too much going on. The crop she's right dead in the center. There are some leading lines which are nice, but and her pose is obviously kind of planned. But I just think there's not too much about this.
No thought
Shot.
went into the lighting,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah.
And when you see like that hard light hitting
Right
her
on her
nose,
nose.
it's just, you shouldn't have taken this image right there. You should have. I don't know.
Even turned a little, lean toward the camera maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Head down.
All right, next up. So I am going to rate this as a family
Portrait
photographer on their website.
I'm going a little harsh.
I am too. I'm sorry. 2 stars needs work. I was gonna give it a 3. I just thought like it's just a little like uncomfortable the way the kid isn't naturally leaning in to his brother. It's like the photographer
just told
or the
him,
mom. Yeah.
Put your heads together.
Yeah, and it just feels
like
like they're forced to do it. It doesn't feel the kid on the right, he looks crazy.
He's enjoying it at least. You got some expression out of him. I think a couple things that could be improved. I do like the lighting this time of day. I think the color balance, to me, it looks a little bit green. Maybe it might just be the screen on this, but I think too their heads are exactly in the center of the frame. I think it'd be so much more interesting if you zoomed in and put them off to the side, or if the photography, it looks like they're already pretty low to the ground. I don't know if they could have raised up and gotten more of those leaves in, but it's coming right, the trunk is coming out right behind their heads. If you had framed them out maybe to the right and put them in this dead space right here, couple things that might have made it look better.
I think this photographer certainly knows what they're doing. Like the lighting's great and everything. It's just, if you do this professionally, I assume that you will have better images that look very similar to this that would be on your website rather than this.
This is supposed to be natural light. I don't know if this doesn't look like a natural light shot to me, but
it's interesting if it is.
If it is, it must be.
I'm not going to rate it any differently than I would though. 3, 2, 1. I gave it a 2. You gave it a 3. It just feels to me like one of these like wannabe fashion photography model mayhem pictures, which I have certainly been a part of. So that's not a put down to whoever took this. That's just stating the facts that, once again, if you put this on your website, who will see it and want to give you money? And in my opinion, the answer is no one. Like everybody in Charleston, where I live, used to take pictures like this, and then we all realized there's no money in this whatsoever, because it's not real fashion photography.
Sure.
It's not glamour photography. It's not portrait photography. It's just like this weird, sexy portrait photography that all guys get into at some point in their photography career, and then realize like, oh, this isn't a job. This is just something I did.
And I'm sure the model will love this as a headshot. I do like the light, whether if it was natural light somehow and you were able to fill in. I love it's beautiful, soft on her face. It's a little too far down potentially. I think you could give her a little more shadow. Well, I mean, I guess there's some on the chin. That's nice, but I do love the background blurred out, complementary color to their skin.
It just
blue.
Feels like I don't know. I don't know what about this makes me think that it's some sexy thing, and maybe it's her messed up hair or something.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the lighting's okay. Her expression's not that exciting. Her eyebrows look a little painted on and scary, like she's angry a little bit. I don't know. For all those reasons,
sure.
I gave it a 2 star.
A little bit torn.
3, 2, 1. I gave it a 4.
I almost went 4 for this one. This is very good processing, great light, beautiful. I don't know what would push it to a 4 for me. I definitely I would go to 3.5 immediately. I just think her eyes are a little dead to me.
No, I mean, I would say she's very engaging. She's looking right at that camera and she's giving you a look. Normally, I would never give, a girl leaning up against a wall a 4-star. It's like it's been done a billion times, but this is done so well.
Yeah. Solid image. I don't know what to say. It's beautiful light, beautiful processing.
Next up. Ready?
All right, I'm going nice.
3, 2, 1. 2-star. You said you went nice, so you were considering giving it a 1. I certainly wouldn't give it a 1. I feel like the lighting on her face is actually quite nice. The crop's weird to me. The facial expression isn't great, but it does feel genuine though.
Yeah, I think besides the lens choice, I don't know. I feel like you could. I guess it is pretty sharp. Zooming in. All right, that's a solid 2 then. I thought it looked a little bit more out of focus than it actually is. There's not too much interesting going on to me. It's just
fine image.
Shot,
especially if this was your wife or girlfriend or whatever, it'd be a great shot for you. It's just, should it be in your portfolio? In my opinion, no.
Not sure what this is.
No leap.
Just music.
No bleep. Just music. I don't know.
know.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Easy.
Right. Easy one. We agree.
This just seems like a snapshot to me. It could have been taken on any camera by any person. It's just some girl walking next to trees and then snap. So, I don't know. There's much more I can say.
Yeah. This obviously is going for that sexy vibe.
Yeah. Okay. 3, 2, 1. I gave it a 2, and here's the reason why. I think your lighting is great, whoever took this. The pose is interesting. I just don't like her facial expression. She just seems uncomfortable to me. Her eyes are a little bit too wide and open. Her mouth just looks dead. Again, it's like you don't have to have your subject looking at the camera all the time.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people make that mistake. Even with wedding pictures, when I'm taking wedding pictures, usually I'm telling the bride, like, look over there, that tree, look at the stars over here. It gets them to just, like, take their mind off the photo shoot, create a genuine expression on their face without this, like, I'm looking at you, but I'm completely not thinking about you, or I'm totally uncomfortable right now, or when is this photo shoot going to be over feeling.
Yeah.
And if she was just looking directly to the right of the frame, I might really love the expression. Or if she's looking down at her hand, or if she's standing up and still leaning on the table but looking over her back shoulder.
I think the lighting is mostly what sold me for this shot. It's beautiful blend with the background and just strong on her. Super soft. I think the pose is also fantastic. She has that very accentuated look, but is still looking relaxed. I don't like that elbow, again, back to the right angle thing. And I agree with you on the face. It could give you a little more life. But for most of the pose and for that lighting, that's what I think quite solid.
Talk about bad facial expressions. This might be the worst that we've seen so far.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
2
stars. I can't give it a 1. It's certainly not a snapshot like a photographer took this, but my gosh.
The lighting's not. I mean, the lighting. She's in the right spot. It's kind of backlit.
But
her face is just so bad.
Like, I would be embarrassed if I was her that like this
she
is
made
on
that face.
line, right? Yeah, like I would just be like, oh, you have to delete that one. She looks like sad and upset and like she just saw a bird get run over by a car right off frame, or like she's watching somebody eat something that's disgusting.
It's definitely kind of bewildered.
It's like confusion, sadness,
Yeah, that's the
anger.
That's definitely not what you want clients to be seeing and
No.
assuming from you.
All right, next up. Interesting. Ready?
I'm going a little nice.
3, 2, 1. I thought about giving this a 4. One thing that I think needs to be done, the bar or the whatever frame that's on the left side needs to be pulled over a little bit.
Yeah.
Just to make it
Perfectly symmetrical.
a vertical line. But this is so cool
awesome.
and graphic, and
I think
I love it.
This tells a story. It's beautiful, clean. I love her great body posture. It's very alluring. I could easily see this as some ad for a number of ads.
Yeah,
It could go a lot of different ways, but yeah, beautiful.
Now, this is a great example of someone completely looking off frame, but like look at that. Her facial expression is like on point.
Yeah.
And she's not looking at the camera at all.
All right.
Oh man. I'm gonna be nice. 3, 2, 1.
I'm going
4. Yeah.
4. Really?
I can't believe you gave that a 2.
I can't believe you went to a 4.
So here's the only reason why I thought it should be a 3 is I hate the fact that the horizon isn't straight. She's straight. I was thinking like, well, you should just tilt the whole picture. I don't know that you can really do that because she looks so perfectly straight to me. So I might try to Photoshop the ground, which should be easy because it's blurry with a white sky. You can just tilt it up a little bit. But man,
I'm surprised you get even with the facial expression.
Honestly,
I'm surprised
it honestly shouldn't be a 4. It's probably a 3-star image to
Okay.
me. But
I could get closer to that.
I love this girl. Like I love her outfit. I love her posture. I love the face. I love the hair. I love the makeup. Like she just looks like a model to me. The lighting's on point. I'd probably like to see this in black and white. I think that could look really nice.
That could help.
But now you have to justify giving it a 2.
All those reasons. I'm going to disagree with a few things.
Okay.
I actually am not a huge fan of the lighting. I think the sky is completely blown out.
Yeah, I'm looking at her.
And that horizon. Well, yeah, I don't know. I just got to take in the whole image. Like the horizon, not only is it angled, but then I don't know, just between the sky and her, like it's cutting her off right at the shoulders, and it's just nothing about the background adds to this image.
Here's a question for you. What would you think of this image if the photographer had been able to get down a little bit lower? Let's say it didn't change the perspective on her, but
Sure.
let's say you cut out all of the ground, so it's just her on a white sky.
I think even then that might push it up to a 3 for me, but definitely not a 4.
Okay.
I think her pose is great, but there's not much detail on her. The color balance seems really weird to me. This neck fruffle thing is like blowing everywhere. I don't know. I just to me this is not. I mean, the model is awesome to the point where you can make an ad out of her, but this image to me, it looks a little bit cheap. Just weird color balance.
Dare you?
So I don't know. I'd definitely be closer to a 3 if that sky had any detail in it, or if the background was better.
I'm going to officially change mine to a 3 because of the background, because of the weird, like, I don't know if this is the top of a building, the white part on the bottom. I don't know. Like, that definitely makes it feel cheap to me. The reason I gave it a 4 was because of her. Like, 100% her styling, the way she looks, the lighting on her. I know you said you don't really like the lighting on her, but like the way that she's softly backlit and you can see this beautiful highlight above her cheekbone, like it just looks so awesome to me.
Yeah.
And I could see this if this was on like pure white. This could be like a black and white. What's the jewelry designer that does all the black and white ads?
I'm not sure. Skatel.
Yerman,
I don't know.
David Yerman, something like
Sure.
that. I don't know. It just
One other comment too. I think with the lighting, her skin, because there's so much shadow, and not much light on her face, her skin to me looks very blotchy. Like this right here, it looks like purple and red, and then down here, her back is such different shadows, and that's partly because of this like sheer pink.
Yeah, and we're also looking at
But-
low res images.
But yeah, anyway. So
All right, next up.
next up,
I recently saw this image on Facebook, and something about it I thought looked better on Facebook than what it does now. I'm going to go back and try to find it. It seems brighter.
here.
Maybe, yeah. Here, let me turn down the brightness and just. That doesn't really help. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I'm going
Okay,
4.
so I definitely would have given this a 4 when I first saw it on Facebook. I think I saw it a day or so ago. Something about it, it's like, it seems a little overexposed or something on this monitor that we're on here.
I think this is like the definition of an awesome moment that catches your eye. That I don't know if that was photoshopped or something, but the leaf is actually like dropping into his
I wonder how they
hand,
did
like,
that. Yeah.
Maybe someone was like above there just holding it and they composited it in. But like that background is gorgeous. This soft light, this baby, like dealing with babies is tough, like in any photographic sense. So to actually create an interesting scene with the child that's like beautiful light and everything, this definitely, for me, this will book you tons of work.
Certainly. And like I said, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, that's easily a 4-star, maybe a 5-star image. Something about it just isn't doing it for me as much. That's why I gave it a 3, but certainly understand why you gave it a 4. Next up.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
3.
3-star. Beautiful image. Again, such an interesting angle on her face.
Yeah.
When people are looking down, especially girls, and you can see their eyelashes against the white of their cheek, beautiful. I might
crop it in just a little down.
Yeah, I might
was just gonna
crop
say.
a little bit and cut off the top of her head. I think it's weird there's so much space above her head.
Yeah.
And then for her hair, like the ugliest part of her hair, in my opinion, is the top. So I would have cropped right by that. But the lighting,
That
the pose,
wind,
the
I don't
girl,
know. I assume it's wind that's blowing her hair back. That's
fantastic.
gorgeous.
Next.
Oh, that's it.
We have finished. So guys, if you want your pictures to be critiqued by us in the next Critique the Community, you can go to fstoppers.com, set up a profile, upload pictures to your portfolio, and then each week we do a post on Fstoppers and we say upload your favorite dog photos or upload your favorite shoe photography. We haven't done either of those yet.
Yeah.
But you can just submit your pictures within the comment section there. And then we pick 20 images and critique them on the internet for you. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in the next Critique the Community.
If you enjoyed this photography-related video, check out some of our other photography tutorials and behind-the-scenes videos here. And please, feel free to subscribe to the official Fstoppers YouTube channel below.